Hi there, this is Brian with the Gwedo TTJ channel on Traveler's Tips. So today we're going to be talking about hiragana and katakana, the Japanese alphabet, the two separate Japanese alphabets that they do use. These alphabets, they usually split them apart. So for contemporary use, usually your hiragana is going to be used usually coupled with kanji, and they call that furigana. And it's used to help with Japanese sentences and Japanese structure. So if there's some very difficult kanji, you'll see hiragana next to that kanji, making it easier to read. But katakana is a little bit different now. Katakana, for me, when I was first learning Japanese, was one of the most difficult things to start learning. But for somebody who's traveling to Japan and trying to get around in Japan, and let's say someone who's maybe not taken a Japanese course before, personally I would say katakana is more important than kanji or than hiragana for somebody who's just wanting to travel around. For someone who's doing language studies and linguistic studies, hiragana and kanji are very important. But for those that are traveling around and going to many different places in Japan, katakana is probably the most important alphabet structure that Japan uses for those that are traveling inside Japan. So let's go over a little bit about the history behind hiragana and katakana. So both were developed, or well, I should say more, hiragana was developed in the 5th century and katakana shortly after. And they separated the two styles, whereas hiragana tend to be more for feminine writing and katakana was more for masculine writing. So like as an example, like the Tales of Genji with the many different excerpts that were contributed by women, most of those were written in hiragana. But most excerpts that were written by men were entered in with katakana instead. So traditionally, both there was a gender-specific writing style that you would use when sending a letter. Although in some traditional stories, when a man was writing a love letter to a woman, sometimes they would use the more feminine hiragana to convey their message rather than using the full katakana instead. All right, so how this applies to traveling. Now, there's a reason why I said that katakana is more important than learning hiragana when traveling to Japan. Now, the reason being is that pretty much any restaurant you go to and pretty much any place that you're going to go to is going to have most of their menu and most of the different items written in katakana. Now, there will be some hiragana and some Japanese specific items are going to be written in hiragana and kanji. But the majority of everything else on a menu is going to be written in katakana. So just to be able to get your way around, to know that you're going to be getting ice cream, or know like something is like pudding or something like that, those words are written in katakana in Japan. So simple stuff like that is going to be written in katakana, including toilet. So if you're going to look for the toilet, it's going to be written as toire, which is going to be in katakana as well. So katakana would be your the more preferably learned alphabet structure over the other two if you're just planning on traveling. All right, so what makes this more important with using katakana is that not only will your menus be in katakana, a lot of your businesses, katakana is the language of business culture. So sometimes you'll even see like a Japanese bank. We'll say Mizuho Bank will have the kanji, but underneath it it may have the katakana for the bank as well. So a lot of your different places you're going to go to, you're going to be seeing katakana everywhere. So it's best to learn katakana for traveling around Japan. All right, well, this is Brian with the Gwedo TTJ channel and Traveler's Tips, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.